Hey everybody, here with Tony Gonzales with Lumien Lighting. Lumien is a new partner for us and something that we're very excited about. As Tony will dive into, exactly why right now. So why don't you do it? Like, let's not waste any time, Tony. Talk to people about Lumien. What is it that makes Lumien special?
Yes, so thank you guys for having us here today. One, I want to introduce myself. I'm Tony Gonzales, the VP of Lumien Lighting here in the United States. A lot of people don't know who we are because we're pretty new. We're the new kids on the block, but we're bringing a lot of really cool products to the market. To give you an example, our full line of brass is all modular. And what I mean modular is the flexibility of being able to take one light source and creating multiple fixtures out of it. So no matter what application you have, we have a fixture for that. So our in-ground lights, whether they're using an in-ground or a spot or a flood, they don't all have to be used for your traditional application. You could open that Pandora's box and really put your mind to really think about what that application should look like. And if you could think about it, you'll be able to create it with Lumien products.
Yeah, and I've got one of these modules right here, and Tony, you're going to dive into it a little bit into the modules. But yeah, it's amazing how versatile these things are. Not only that, really how robust they are. I mean, this to me it is a truly professional grade product. And then every piece, that's the first thing that I notice about this. It's the modularity of it all. And then the quality construction of it all. I mean, this is heavy duty stuff. And it's something that everybody needs to see and put in their hands to really understand what it's all about. So go ahead and talk about the module, sort of the base of this. We're going to focus, you guys have a whole line of lighting, but what we're going to focus on today is the micro module, this module here.
Yep. Yeah, perfect. So this is our leading product currently. And as we grow this series into other modules, it's really gonna, it's already taken off for us. As you see here, as Ryan was saying, our module is 100% raw brass with an antique finish. But we have a proprietary connection that is patented. With this connection here and with our waterproofing system that we have in the front, this module, as you see right here, is IP68 rated. So that means any of these fixtures could be fully submerged underwater up to 7 feet, and you're not going to have any issues of it dying, kind of like an MR16 would if it was submerged underwater. The other thing is we're able to get more output out of our fixtures than an MR16 because we create the module and the LED source where it uses the whole fixture to conduct heat. Where an MR16, you're creating a oven and it bakes the MR16. Ours uses every single connection, whether you're hooking, putting this loop on it, it's using this loop to conduct heat. When you put a shroud on it, when you put an in-ground, it's using every single accessory as a heat conductor. And that's the reason why we're able to do a 10-year warranty on this module and give you that long life.
That's wild, and that's what I've heard from guys who've been using this for a couple of years now. Is that I think I'm holding a 5.5 watt module, and they said it's every bit as bright as your typical 7 or 8 watt MR16 LED, which kind of blew my mind. So that's awesome how you guys use that for conductivity. I think that's cool as hell, and a 10-year warranty, people will be tripping over themselves to get this. So. You showed how you had that little whatever we're calling this hanging hook. We've got this hook and you can just screw it on. See, I have the same piece right here.
Yep.
That I can just disconnect and then I can put the hook on top of. All right.
Yep. And then you run your wire. The hook replaces the nut in the back, and the hook becomes now the nut that waterproofs with the O-ring inside to connect your wire. And it's all connect.
Yep, and I don't know where I put it, but you also have a riser connection. I'm sorry, a riser / ground state connection. So you could take something like this, put a little adapter on it, and now connect it to a ground state.
Yeah. So it's one of the smallest spotlights in the industry, and you've got the spotlight there, but we do have called our half-inch nipple adapter.
Yeah.
You could put on the back of this that replaces that nut again. And you could take that shroud, or you could take the floodlight shroud and literally create about a 2-inch fixture coming out of the ground where you don't need any articulation. So if you're going to do uplighting a canopy where you don't need to articulate that light, and you're just shooting straight up, now you don't even need a knuckle anymore.
Yeah.
So your fixture is about this big. I'll kind of show you with this, with the uplight. This is an uplight, so it's a little longer, but literally that could be your fixture on a stake.
Yep, exactly. And this, you said this is the smallest spotlight you have. It is. I mean, you can see this is smaller than my hand, but it's heavy. Like this feels like a 2-pound fixture to me. It's small, but it's heavy, it's beefy. And again, that's one of the first things that you notice about it. And if you pop the top off of this fixture, I actually have a couple accessories in there. I threw in just the hex louver.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also, there's room for a diffuser. So there's room for a diffuser and a hex louver inside of there. And then in order to get this module out, boom, I'm just unscrewing it.
Yeah.
And what I also noticed, this is just a little thing, but a lot of your fixtures and assemblies come with O-rings, and these are like the heavy dutyest O-rings that I've seen. You come with like little accessories, and that's awesome.
Yeah, those O-rings you see there are actually German O-rings. They're the best O-rings that you could get in the market currently.
Yeah, that's the first the first things I noticed when I open up one of these boxes. I'm like, these O-rings are sick. So what I want to do, I want to talk about, we're going to do five products for our manufacturer of the week. Lumien's our first manufacturer of the week. We're going to pick 5 products that we're going to discount throughout the week. So this is going to be the first one. Tony, you said we don't like to talk about part numbers because of the modularity. So what are we calling this? Are we just calling this a mini accent light? What are we calling it?
Yeah, that's our micro spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the micro spot, and you can either use a 3.5 watt module with this or a 5.5 watt module with this, right?
Yes.
Also comes in 2700K and 3000K.
And 3000K. And the beauty about it is these modules at the end of the year will be Bluetooth also. So once you have these in the ground and installed, when we come out with our Bluetooth module that'll have Kelvin temperature options, and you could dim them with the Bluetooth. It's as easy as just going and replacing them for your customer. So there's a lot of flexibility that goes with it.
So you're going to have it's going to be a separate Bluetooth module.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But they are dimmable now, right? You could put that.
They are dimmable.
Yeah.
Yeah, both on the primary side and on the 12-2 side.
Okay.
So you can dim them on both sides. So if you're using a smart system like a Lutron, if it's going into a smart home, you could dim them through the Lutron system, but then also you can put a manual dimmer on the 12-2 and dim them that way as well.
Great. Okay, so this is the first product that we're going to put on special this week. So our mini accent light, our mini spotlight. Love this thing. All right, the second one, and I'm actually throwing you a curveball because I forgot that I had one of these guys. Forgot that I had one of these recessed light tops.
Which is good, because I've got another option. Obviously, you can show them the flexibility on how you could change the design.
Yep. Well, here, I'll do you one better. There we go. I got one too. So right now we've got 3 different fixtures using just the one module.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, again, I don't know the part number on this. I'm just learning all the part numbers, but just our standard circular core drill light, which, you can see the size of this thing. It's half the size of your pinky. So I'm going to put this one on special too. Very cool light. Comes with, what are the accessories that these come with? It comes with a diffuser.
When you order it, it comes with the frosted glass.
Yeah. Which
you could also order it separately. That doesn't come in the package, is the clear lens. So if you want a clear lens, there's an option to order a clear.
Okay.
It comes with your O-ring, and then it also comes with the diffuser. So when you're building this fixture, so I'm just going to show you quick here. When you're putting this fixture together, and you put your glass, so you can see the glass is beveled. You put the beveled side down towards the bottom of the fixture, so it sits just like that, and it sits nice and smooth. And as you were saying, Ryan, it's a designer grade fixture. You're putting your O-ring, and then you're screwing your module into it. Just as easy as that. It took me 30 seconds to put this fixture together. If I want to dim the fixture down, and I'm not going to use a manual dimmer, we put the O-ring in. I mean, we put the diffuser option in there, so you can put it right where the hole of the O-ring is, just like this. And then now you're fully diffused. And now you screw your module back in.
Is there also room, Tony? Tony, is there also room for a hex louver, or is it an either or with the diffuser? It's either the hex.
Or.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Either or. On the in-ground, it's either or.
Okay.
For those options. But as you saw, just as easy as I put it together, I took it apart and I'm able to fix it. It's, you know, the best thing about this is the in-field repairability of them, that if something were to go bad, and we're pretty confident in a 10-year period, our return rate currently is that less than 0.02. So less than 0.5% in 3.5 years on these micros. So they're made to last, guys.
Yeah, that's incredible. All right, product number 3 that I'm going to hit on while I still got this micro in my hand. I think the hanging pendant options are super cool, and this one is very unique. I've got a starlighter here sitting in front of me. You also have one that's basically just acts as a straight down light.
Yeah, a little shroud.
I really like this one with the glass hanging off the edge. I think that is cool as hell. So this will kind of double. This will act as both a down light and as a pendant kind of starlighter light, because obviously this ring will illuminate. So not only will you see what you're lighting down below, but you'll also see the bottom piece of the fixture.
Yeah, kind of like a firefly at night. So you get that firefly effect up in the trees. It's a very, very cool look.
Yep. And again, this comes with this hanging adapter. Yep. Just like you see there. So I'm going to put this one on special as well. All right. Fixture number 4. This is so cool. This path light is so cool. Again, it's only, I think, what do you think? 12 inches? The height of the micro series? 12 inches tall, but it's beefy without looking kind of out of shape. That's what I've seen with a number of fixtures. They have thick stems that just look awkward. With this thick stem with the micro module, to me, looks incredible. I really, really like this fixture. So you can use this with either the 3.5 watt or the 5.5 watt module, right? Yeah. Okay. So you've got flexibility regarding your lumen output. You have 3 different hats, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that will fit on top of this piece. I just happen to really like this hat. This is a nice, it's a mix of modern and traditional. Tell me about this plastic here, because this is another really beefy part of the fixture. And I don't think I could break this with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, so it's actually, it works as 2 things. So once it's a diffuser and it's an optic lens at the same time. So you can see it has like some diamond cuts into it. So that diamond cut into that plastic actually gives more reflection. So it helps reflect the light and push the light outwards, not only onto the cap itself, as you see that it has that white porcelain finish at the bottom to reflect light, but it also shoots it out sideways. So you get a lot of spread with that piece of the plastic sleeve.
Yeah. So you said that these have little diamond cuts inside it. No one else is doing that. That's freaking awesome. Like I've never heard anyone say, look at the diamond cuts inside of our lenses. I think that's cool as hell, Tony. Yeah, and again, 2700K or 3000K, and you can use 3 different hats, and you can use the 3 watt module or the 5 watt module.
Or the 5 watt module. Yep.
All right. product number 5, a good friend of mine in the Austin area who's going to remain unnamed. One of the best designers in the country said this thing changed his life. This wash light. What are we calling this? Our micro wash light?
Micro wash, micro flood.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Talk to me about this thing, because there's this when he said someone of that stature said it changed his life. Well, I started listening really intently. So tell me about this.
So the biggest thing is if you face it towards us, I want to show the lens on the front. It's the only floodlight or wash light in the market, just like our bigger floods. That's a true optic on the front of that. So we're not putting a clear lens that does nothing for you. All you're doing is just keeping water from getting inside the fixture. That lens you see there, it has linear lines. So it actually spreads the lumens and the output of that fixture when you turn it on and that the LED's on, it hits that front glass, which is an optic lens, and it spreads at 150 degrees across a wall. So not only are you putting, a lot of lumens out on the wall, you're really spreading it. So you're not getting that hard circle or that hard square look on the wall. It actually diffuses that light source really, really nice. And one place you could see it, if you go to our YouTube page and look at the Alamo that was just done, that floodlight was used on all the interior walls of the Alamo to replace a 12-watt in-ground that was put there 4 or 5 years ago. And it outperformed the 12-watt in-ground, part 36 that was in the ground, because that part 36 was leaving big spots or gaps on the wall where you're getting those V's, and then you're getting dark spot and then another V, where this little light, about every 6 to 7 feet apart, it just spreads so evenly that you don't even see where that light source is really hitting, because you get a nice spread. The other great part about it being that module again is IP68. If in places like Florida where water rises very quickly, I was raised in South Florida, so I know how that feels. With that fixture right there, if that water rises above that fixture, there's no worries about it going bad. It's gonna hold up, and when that water goes down, it's gonna continue rocking and rolling, unlike a traditional fixture.
Yeah. Now the IP68 rating is awesome. That's essentially across the board with this modular series, right? Mm-hmm. And
that path light, you won't have any issues with it. If it gets submerged underwater for any reason, any of those fixtures that uses that module, you're good to go.
That's crazy. But I saw those Alamo pictures, and I've seen a number of other images on 2-story homes where they're just used to illuminate 2-story homes. And what I can't believe is how wide the beam spread is, and yet how powerful the light is. That's what's wild to me. So this is, everything's a true game changer here. This is at the top of the list. So this is something, I mean, Lumien is a series that you guys really need to check out. We are extremely excited about, I have always been a drop-in guy. I've always been a lamp guy because of the flexibility. So this kind of gives us the best of both worlds with the IP68 rating, with a 10-year warranty, with the beefiness of these fixtures and the flexibility of these fixtures. Just the sky's the limit. So Tony, thank you for the time. Thank you for the care that you're putting into this stuff. And guys, Lumien seems to, we just started working with them, but they seem to be very open to ideas. You guys have some in-house capabilities where you've got a 3D printing module, right? Where you can build, I mean, you can build a fixture prototype within a couple hours.
Yeah. Actually, what the way we process is we come up with the ideas from listening to our distributors and our contractors that work through our distributors to listen to what the market needs. I relay that to our headquarters at our factory. Within 24 hours, I have CAD drawings of those fixtures in my hands, which I'm 3D printing, test fitting, and making sure that they're to the quality that our customers want and need as a designer grade fixture. Once that happens, I give them the okay to start creating the fixtures. And a lot of our stuff, as you see in these modules, a lot of this is CNC'd. We do a lot of CNCing. These caps are CNC'd. It's not a mold. So you get better fit and better tight fitting when you're screwing things together. There's no loose ends. But we go from thought to having inventory in less than 4 to 5 months. So that's how quick we get products out. And as Ryan said, we do listen. If there's something wrong with our fixtures, we correct it. And we want to bring out products that you guys want, not that we want. We want to make sure they're the right products.
Well, I didn't know that all this was CNC'd, which is huge.
Yeah, a lot of the parts are CNC'd. Yep.
Yeah, that's wild. See, it gets better and better each day, Tony.
Yeah.
Listen, buddy, I appreciate the time. We are looking forward to. We're excited about this relationship, and we know that our clients will be too.
Yeah, we're super excited, guys. Thank you for having us on.
All right, buddy. Thanks for being a part of it. We'll talk soon.
You too. Take care.